pictures my work of these killing fields, maybe I say something about our discussion we have with Dominique before I start to go and photograph them. I was on the preliminary first trip, documentary trip in St. Petersburg, and I go to this mass grave and I see, well, there's nothing to photograph. There's just nothing to photograph. The forest. So what to photograph here? And I know also other places from before, and I know there's just, you're facing banality of these landscapes, and you don't know what to photograph. So I got the idea, if you don't know what to photograph, you need a concept. So I put 90 millimeters. I remember this time I was living in a hotel in Petersburg, coming back and thinking, and I came to the conclusion that, in fact, if there is nothing to photograph, so it doesn't matter what I will photograph. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I take a picture like this or like that, it will not tell anything about what happened here. So I put 90 millimeters lens on my SLR digital camera, focus, set the exposure, and photograph random. You know, just like I'm not important. Just I'm taking an image. I look at the hotel and this in the computer and say, interesting. It was springtime, there were some parts of forest, water dropping. I think, oh my God, this is a good idea to just... Thanks to God, later we talked longer about this with Dominique and gave up this idea completely. And we decided that our concept is to have no concept, is our concept. Because, in fact, I realized that I'm going to talk about this, what I cannot say by photography. Yes? So I'm shifting the goal of my work to talking about myself as photographer, or to talking about photography as medium or whatever, but not about the core of the project, the place. So we decided together, very classic way. 4 to 5 inch negative studio camera, you know, it was heavy traveling with this. And taking one picture takes like half hour minimum to set everything, but it gives color, and we decided color to underline, let's say, banality or these landscapes. They are silent. It's like Christian Cojol's title of this essay he contributed for the book, The Loud Silence of the Images. The loudness is given only by caption. They don't work without caption. You must know what is on this place. So I took about 40 such killing things, landscapes, and the exhibition will show 30 as a slideshow presentation. This is Uliano's. One important thing, Dominique already mentioned it before, and also talking about credibility of photography and documentary photography. I did all my best to be sure that this is really, there are really these mass graves there. Because it would be nothing worse that I take a picture of forest and I describe it. This is a mass grave, where it's not. So, for example, in Ulyanovsk, I managed to contact prosecutor, Russian prosecutor, who was running investigation about crimes of 1937-38. It was a special case in Ulyanovsk that they did it in early 90s. And we come together and he showed me, this is this. The graves are here. They are here. Today is a river cargo port, but the graves are underwater somewhere here. It was flooded in 1957 when they completed Kuibyshev artificial reservoir.
And when you take the photos of mass graves out in the forests, etc., are there usually any symbols, any signs there, or how can you know that this is the location?
I cooperate all this time with Society Memorial, which has branches on associated societies all over Russia, or former Soviet Union. And in every such location, there are people who, by private initiative, start to investigate this history and looking after the graves as early as 1991 or even 1989. This is a picture from Tomsk, very telling also about memory culture in Russia. This is far north, a picture taken in Vorkuta, more than 100 kilometers behind the polar circle, and you see the information written. This is Voronezh, the only place in Russia where systematically, more or less systematically, exhumations are run every year. And I went there to photograph this exhumation. And the found remains of the victims are ceremonially buried back with full ceremony with panichida, which is Orthodox mourning kind of mass. Sorry, I lost the English word for this. Well, okay, this is info about whatever it is said. One more thing about method of work. Every place where I came and decided, okay, I want to take picture here, I have a GPS device and I got the location of the camera. You have a log of my work. Every picture was described and the position. There is the direction of the lens, what direction. And of course, when you put it to Google Earth, this brings us very directly to the place where the camera stood. Okay, this is Sakhalin. You can see two shadows of big antennas. This is abandoned military base. They have radio station here. It is not working anymore. So I have access and I climb up one of these antennas. They are here, taken from the ground. And then, okay, this is the picture of the antenna. I took photograph from the top of it. And then we have a picture. So this was kind of, and of course having this, we can have easy access to the satellite image of the mass graves area. In this case, this is along this road in the forest. The graves were not found and were never looked after. No one ever looked after them. It's buried 1,366 persons known by name, as minimum, at least. All right. And every place was supported work in every place. I did big efforts as far as possible to collect information about the place. So we have the geographical name, geographical position, number of victims, if known or if not known or estimated, the history of the place, the history of the discovery, the circumstances, how it was discovered and by whom, the commemoration, in this case you can see this small obelisk, and the quotation of the poem, which is, and the status. Does the place have a memory status according to Russian Federation law or has not? Mainly they don't. And the sources, all the sources on what base the research was done. All right, we are coming to the third